Hello everybody and welcome back to the Brick Ninja. Today I'm going to be reviewing the LEGO Marvel The Fantastic Four First Step set, Fantastic Four versus Galactus Construction Figure. This set retails for $59.99 in the United States. It is 427 pieces. It is recommended for ages 9 plus, and it is set number 76316. And you get a total of 4 minifigures in this set. So now that we've got all of the introductions out of the way, let's get to the review. So here is Galactus, and this construction figure overall looks really good, and I think that the construction figure format works really well for Galactus. This entire build does have a few stickers. All of these right here are stickers that you can see all around his skirt, as I call it, because I don't really know what else to call it. But his face print right here, that thankfully is a print. So his face is a print, not a sticker. So that's great. And this right here is also a sticker. So starting with his feet, that's where I'm going to start. And then I will work my way up to the top of the construction figure. So here are the feet and the legs, and Galactus's entire color scheme is made up of dark blue, pinkish purple colors, a little bit of gray, and dark red. And I really like how these cheese slopes are used right here, and also these Nexo Knights shield pieces in dark blue that are right here. And I don't really like how there's two exposed little Technic pins right here on the feet. I wish that those weren't there, but one thing that you can do about that is you can have the minifigures stand on them, and that honestly makes it look really good, because then you can have the figures be displayed with Galactus, and it takes away this little bit of an eyesore when looking at the bottom of the entire figure. Now taking a look at the middle section of the figure along with the arms and the hands, I think that all of these small tile pieces work really well to create a nice slender figure for Galactus's torso. And the arms work really well with some of these same parts usages with these pinkish cheese slopes, and these parts work good for the fingers. The thing right here, so you have his shoulders kind of where your shoulders connect to the rest of the torso. And you have these right here. I'm not 100% sure why these can move. I wonder if it's supposed to be like you can give Galactus like maybe like a different look or something like that maybe. But I'm not 100% sure, but you can do something with that, or you can just close these inward and they just kind of get tucked under these pieces that are right here. And moving to the back, there's not really anything on the back except for the Technic connection for this little stand piece, which I'll get to in just a second. Because now that we've taken a look at the middle, let's take a look at the head/helmet. So now taking a look at his head and his helmet, I think that the build is really well designed. And I especially like the way that these parts right here can be angled in different ways. And the entire way that this whole thing was created, I think, is pretty good. This can actually come off, and this entire thing just clips on with this Technic pin. And like I said earlier, the face is a print, not a sticker. And I think that it's a really great print and a really well detailed depiction of how Galactus looks. At least in the comics. I don't know what he looks like in the movie, or at least the face, because I'm filming this video before the movie comes out, so I haven't seen it yet, but I'm very excited to see it. And now moving on to the back with this little stand here. This is a place where you can have a minifigure kind of look like they're flying, I guess. So I'm going to take Johnny here and have him be hovering back behind Galactus, about to fire some fireballs at him. And I think that that's cool. It's a nice little display piece, I guess. I feel like that this set is more display than play, but you could also have a lot of play by just kind of making up your own stories of having the Fantastic Four fighting Galactus. So that is everything with the main build for the construction figure. So now that we've taken a look at Galactus, let's take a look at the Fantastic Four. Here is Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, and this is a really great minifigure. His stretchy abilities are represented here with these extra Lego elements. You have these bricks and these little slope pieces with a tile on the end to represent the feet and the legs, because in the movie, the costumes that they're wearing are blue and white for the legs. But unfortunately, the minifigures, which I guess I'll just go ahead and put them back on here, the minifigures and all four of the minifigures have the exact same torso and legs. So I'll just say that first. And the legs do not have any dual molding on them, so that's why I think that these are a good representation of his stretchy abilities, but also not really that great. I really wish that the minifigure could have had the big stretchy arms that the Miss Marvel minifigure had from that one Lego Marvel set back from somewhere in the 2010s. But nonetheless, this is still a really good minifigure. And even though all four of the minifigures have the same torso, it's still a really great torso. You can see the 4 symbol there and the belt, and it continues on the back. And the face is great. I think that the Lego group really captured Pedro Pascal really well with this face. And the hairpiece is good too. And he does have an alternate facial expression. And now that we have a more accurate Pedro Pascal minifigure face, that means we can also have a new or a more accurate Din Djarin face for the Mandalorian. So that's really cool. And if we do get Lego sets for the Mandalorian and Grogu that's coming out next year, I hope that they use, at the very least, this same face. Because that would be really great. A different Pedro Pascal face, like with different facial expressions, would be awesome. But at the very least, I hope that they use the same face if we get sets for that movie. Here is Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman, and this minifigure has a really nice representation of her powers with the discs in her hands. And I personally think that this works better than Mr. Fantastic's with those extra bricks. I think that the way that her powers look in the movie, these little shields right here work really well. And she has a blonde hairpiece with some curly hair. And her face that she uses here is not exclusive. This is a face print that's been used on many different Lego minifigures from several different themes, including Marvel in the past. So I wish that they would have given a unique face for Vanessa Kirby. But overall, I do think that it does work well and the hair works and it's a nice figure overall. Here is Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, and this minifigure has some fire blast pieces to represent his fire ability. And like you saw earlier in the video, You also have these right here with these flames on the bottom and this little platform, and you can just attach these to the bottom so it can look like that he's flying around, because he can also fly. Whoops, that part just popped out of his hand. If you've never seen these Power Blast pieces before, the way that these work is you just insert them into the minifigure's hand, and then you press down on the sides, and you press down on the sides and you send them flying. So that's how those work. And the minifigure has a really nice face. I think that this works really well for the MCU Johnny Storm that we're getting, being played by Joseph Quinn. And he has the same torso as the rest of the minifigures, some spiky blonde hair, which he doesn't really have spiky blonde hair in the movie, at least not from the trailers. But I think it still is a good hairpiece. And he has a big grin smiling expression and a nervous worried expression on the other side of his face. Here is Ben Grimm, the Thing, and this is a really cool minifigure. He has these big fists to represent his big rocky hands, and he has the same torso and legs as the other minifigures. He has this kind of a it's kind of like a hat, really. Like, in terms of a Lego minifigure, this is kind of a hat, and I think it works well I think it works well for the way that this minifigure is designed. I think if they had made the Thing a little more of a specialized figure, like either a big fig or maybe just a slightly bigger minifigure, I think that maybe this and the head could have just been one mold. But that's besides the point. I think it works well enough, and I do like it. It is a cool piece. And now moving on to the actual face. I really like the face. The rocky expression and all of the little details work really well. And he does have a second facial expression where he is ready to fight and do some clobbering. So that is Ben Grimm, the Thing. So that is my review of the Lego Marvel The Fantastic Four First Step set, Fantastic Four versus Galactus Construction Figure. And overall, this is a really amazing set. And even though the price is a little expensive at $60, I think that at most this set should have been $50. Like, a perfect price would have been $40. Like, $40 for 427 pieces would have been a perfect price to piece ratio. That would have been really great. 50 wouldn't have been terrible, but 60 is a little much. Definitely far from the worst we've ever had in the Lego Marvel theme. Like, compare the price of this set to something like the Hoopty from the Marvels. That set, the price for that set was way more outrageous than what this one is asking for. And I think that this is just a really great set, and I definitely recommend it. This is just, it's finally here that we've actually gotten the Fantastic Four for the very first time in Lego, and I think that for Lego's first attempt at the Fantastic Four, I think that they really nailed it. They did a really great job. Obviously, the minifigures aren't perfect. I really wish the minifigures had dual molded legs and dual molded arms so that they would be more closely accurate to what their actual suits look like in the movie. But the minifigures are still really great, and I think that the construction figure format works well for Galactus. It's a little, honestly, sometimes looking at him, it's a little odd, like, looking at Galactus in this form. Like, I feel like maybe if they made him like I say a big figure, but this is a big figure. So honestly, I really don't think they could have done anything else but this. And I think that they did a really good job with the color scheme, and the printing on the face is just phenomenal. That's a really great face print that they created. And overall, I just highly recommend this set. If you're a big Marvel fan, then definitely get this. If you want to get this after seeing the movie, if you see the movie and you end up really loving it, then definitely go and get this, because you'll be able to get all of the Fantastic Four and Galactus. It would have been a really great treat if the Silver Surfer was in here. We've never gotten a Silver Surfer minifigure, but hopefully one day. Maybe they'll do for Fantastic Four First Steps what they did for Spider-Man No Way Home, and give us one or two sets in the future that maybe hide some spoilery elements of the movie, that we could maybe get in a future set a Silver Surfer minifigure. So that's pretty much all I have to say. I really love this set, and I do recommend it. The minifigures definitely make it worth it, especially if you're a massive Marvel and specifically MCU fan like I am, because I'm super excited for this movie. I can't wait to see it, and I had a lot of fun building this set, and I love the minifigures. So those are all my thoughts and opinions on this set. Feel free to let me know yours down below in the comments section. Let me know your thoughts on the minifigures. And if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest content coming from my channel. And as always, Ninja Go!